Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afnan bin Abdul Halim. I'm from the HILC. And for today, I would like to present about HAS individual representation, which is about the halal control point. So, for the content for this presentation is the first thing first is about the step in identifying halal control point, and the second one is about the HCP risk management plan summary. So before we go in deep about what I will present, let's know the first thing first about to how to identify the halal church or halal control by the HCP. So the first one is identify your process flow or process step, starting from the selection of supplier, which is to identify your halal control point or HCP, we need to look first into the process flow chart, starting from the purchasing until distribution. So from the process chart, we will do the second thing, which is to analyze the four types of halal check for each process step. So the four types of halal check is a personal, machine, material, and environment. So, for example, in our company, the process first start the first thing first, so we start from the purchasing. So we analyze the people. So what's the people, what people that involved in the purchasing. So the second one, maybe the material. So what's material involved. So the third one, machine. Is it halal check from the machine, plus the environment for the environment when purchasing occurs. So next is the sources to identify the halal check. So the first one is information collection for material process, which is from the process flow. So the second one is employee knowledge and experience. So employee knowledge and experience is based on their knowledge or past experience. For example, uh, if we are a new halal executive at the company and we want to know the HCP, so we can ask the employee, the employee that worked so long, and we can ask the experience about maybe like satu process. So is it any contamination from halal material and haram material? The third is reports of production issues, which for example like reward or complaint for the customer, and lastly the external information, which is we can find at the journal and fatwa. So next is a control point, which is control point likelihood ranking, which is we have a three ranking. So the first one is a likely. So likely, what is the likely? So likely is a common or repetition occurrence has happened before several times. Uh, for example, the contamination between the halal and haram nature is always accused. For example, the presence of najis mughalaza like pig and a dog always come to the factory. So it's always happen. Maybe in the 1 week is a five time they will come to the factory. So the second is moderate. So moderate is known to occur happen before. For example, maybe likely is 5 times per week. Maybe the moderate is like two times per week. Maybe it happened before, but it's not a repetitive like likely. So the lastly is an unlikely, which is a practically impossible, which is impossible to occur. For example, maybe used brush from that made from the outside. So next is a control point for severity ranking, which is also have a T, which is a critical, moderate, and significant. So the critical is will affect the halalan status of product and could not be salvaged. Could not be salvaged means it cannot be saved. For example, the contamination between halal and haram material, like the haram material is inside in the product. For example, this is gelatin that made from forsyth. We use the gelatin that made from forsyth in our product. So it cannot be safe. We need to dispose it as soon as possible. So the second is a moderate, which is affects the halal status and still could be salvaged. For example, the transportation of the product, that maybe the haram and halal product stored in one place, but it's not beside each other. So we can still save the product by we take out the product. So lastly is insignificant, which is no impact on the halal status, which is it's only impact on the toilet aspect, which is quality and hygiene. So and now I will talk about the step yang determine halal control point, HCP for story. So for story, uh, the first thing first, we look at the four threats. So the first one is people. So people is a storekeeper use glove from animal base that have haram sources. For example, the storekeeper use the glove is made from the porcine. So for the material, non-halal material are found together with halal material. For example, at the store, we only keep the on the raw material store. We only keep the halal raw material, but at the some point, this is haram material inside there. Maybe from the workers bring there or anything else. So lastly, next machine or equipment which is used pellet from wood material. And lastly, environment. Pest was seen at the storage area, which is there is a presence of pest at the raw material storage. So, what is the rationale for exclusion as a potential contaminant? So, for the people, is may cause the company halal certificate to be revoked because the glove that used by the storekeeper is haram. So, it's likely it will be a contamination with halal and haram bacteria. So next bacteria, same like people's, may cause the company halal certificate to be revoked. Because same like before, this is a contamination between halal and haram material. The for machine is a wood pellet can cause contamination to raw material because of wood fragment. Because the wood, we put the raw material from the wood, so the wood will contaminated with the raw material. So lastly, its environment. So we some pest species are dangerous to human body. For example, the feces from the rat, so it's a very dangerous to human. So next, about the evaluation of likelihood and severity impact of racist contaminant. So for the likelihood, so for the people it's unlikely. For the people, material emission is unlikely, but the for the environment is moderate. So the severity ranking is four of them is a critical, but the risk ranking for the environment is eight, which you know if it's the critical and severity ranking is on level 7, 8, 9, and 9 we count as a HCP. So we need so that's why the story is become the HCP because of the presence of pests that will affect the will affect the what's the nama of will affect the product and also will affect the raw material. So, lastly, is the HCP risk management plan summary. So, for the risk management plan summary, use technique which is one husband and four wives. So, for the HCP number two is story. So, what is the what is the HCP because of the presence of pests. So how we want to control the HCP is we make a visual inspection and when conducting cleaning found a pest like a cockroach for example, we go to the storage and we see the pest control that already be installed at the storage and then we see is it the pest controls section is active or not. So after that, we do analysis and also we do and also we will do conduct cleaning if we found a pest, which is for example the pest the presence of cockroach. So automatically we will do cleaning at the storage. So the next W is when. So when is during storing a new raw material. Uh, The next W is where at the raw material storage and last W is who, which is the people which is responsible for this action is quality checker and storekeeper. So for the corrective action, is this first need to determine the root cause deviation, which is to we need to find the root cause. Why the pest can be found at this raw material storage? Is it we not do any activity like proofing, which is preventing the access, or like uh, maybe we do not install the pest control. So the second is correct the cause of failure. Maybe for example that we don't close the we don't close the access for the pest to the storage. So uh, we need to close the access because uh, things cannot come into our company if we control it. So, for example, we install the net on the holes, or we just close the holes that have in the storage. So, lastly, close or seal the entry points of pests. So, is it mean the preventive access for the pest? I think that's all for me for my HLC presentation. So I would like to say thank you to Madam Ain because this asked for 12 weeks. Without your guidance, I think we cannot complete our assignment. So that's all for me. Have a good days and good holiday, I guess. So that's all. Bye. Thank you.